Are you an adult male?
Yes.
Okay. I know you've only been out a couple of weeks, but we'll get a fresh picture of you, because you've had a haircut.
The police had a report that I had a knife. It was my vapor stick. So I got tasered 4 times. After you've been tasered 4 times, you're not going to be happy, like, so I called them a few names.
Okay, let's see your mugshot.
The police state it's like living in Nazi Germany or Soviet Russia. It was the first time I've been tasered, not as bad as I thought it would be, like.
The tiny Isle of Man. Best known for fast motorbikes, generous tax breaks, and the birthplace of the Bee Gees. This self-governing island in the middle of the Irish Sea has a population of just 85,000 and protects its privileged status with some of the harshest sentences in the British Isles.
Got nicked for robbing 4 pork pies and 2 Rice Krispie bars there.
And is home to one of the world's most unusual prisons.
This place is a mental institution / youth club.
It holds up to 150 prisoners and has some of the lowest reoffending rates in Europe. With 1 officer to every inmate, in this small island jail, everybody knows your name.
There's like 2 degrees, 3 degrees of separation here.
Smarten up, young man.
You know what I mean?
Generations of the same family are banged up together.
I feel like I've aged about 40 years since we've been in here.
With male wings and a female wing under the same roof.
She is the love of my life. That's the nickname, Bonnie and Clyde.
Doing time here is unlike doing time anywhere else in Britain.
I must be this place's best customer. Been here 28 times, like, you know what I mean? It's a joke. It's a home from home, you know what I mean? Everyone's in and out, in and out. Free food, free rent, you know what I mean? I like it here. When I get out, I'm going to do it all over again.
Here, prison is not hard. It's a youth club. It's a grand old time out with the lads. Hey, hey. This should be so horrible that you don't want to come back.
Carl has been charged with resisting arrest. He's settling into A Wing, one of the 2 main male wings which each hold around 30 inmates. Opposite is the women's wing, currently holding 5 inmates.
Oh, good game. Good game.
And everyone has their own cell. Craig is on his 7th stretch on the island and a veteran of many UK jails.
Some of the prisons I've been in, you wouldn't keep a dog in some of them. Yeah, it's cushy here.
He's been on remand for the last 10 months, awaiting trial for a knife crime. But as a well-behaved inmate, he's earned enhanced status, so has certain luxuries.
Got a PlayStation, got my books, TV, toiletries, a comfy-ish bed, and I feel like I do have it easy.
But it's not all easy. As part of rehabilitation, inmates are expected to work.
We know if they go to work or education, that it's something like 95% less likely to return.
And Craig has a coveted kitchen job, earning £17 a week.
I need to go and get a big knife now. That one will do. So I'm in for a knife crime, right? I was in a fight with a bloke who had a knife, and I managed to get it off him, and I stabbed him with it 3 times in self-defense. I stood up for myself and fought back.
Craig has spent 13 years of his life behind bars, but this time around he's claiming self-defense.
If anybody's put in a corner and their life could be on the line, it's fight or flight, isn't it? You're going to fight or you run. I prefer to fight, and I've always been like that, and I don't apologise for it. I'm an ordinary, decent criminal. I know DC. But I'd like to change. Darren, how many bags of roasties? 15.
On past stretches, Craig's got into trouble for being disruptive, but over the past 10 months, he's changed his attitude.
How long are they going on for?
Don't take long. Don't put them on for there.
3.
The officer who runs the kitchens, I used to be fighting with him. So every time I was in, the alarms would go off, I'd be scrapping with someone, and I'd end up scrapping with half the staff.
He was a bit of a tearaway when he was younger. As far as I'm concerned, working in the kitchens, he's been like a model inmate in here.
Darren's known Craig for 25 years and used to be his benefits officer.
Craig tried to push me as far as he could by not looking for work, and I always tried to stop his benefits.
No, I did.
So
I applied for jobs that I just...
No chance of getting...
Like prison, I applied for a job here as a prison officer.
So he lost his benefit that week.
Yeah.
Still lazy, but you're mature now.
What? Getting close to 44 now. I'm a bit too old to be scrapping like I used to be, like in my 20s. Stir fry. Hope so. I'd sooner just behave myself. I'd sooner just keep my head down and get on with it. Should have cut these carrots, didn't I? The trial's next month. I'm hoping to go home.
New arrivals come into the prison with only a few bare essentials. Anything else they want, from soap to sweets, has to be ordered through one man, George Stores. He's been the shopkeeper for 20 years.
We ordered for both male and female. The girls did a little bit more pedantic about what they actually order, I must say, compared to the guys.
There you go.
You know, if I haven't got a particular item and I substitute it, the guys 9 times out of 10 will take it. The women won't, they send it back.
Several times a week, George does an online shop.
Women's stretch denim, ripped butt, lifting jeans, as you I mean, everybody wears them. So I'm just going to order that online and make a young lady happy. I mean, why would you rip jeans? I mean, I could do that with a Stanley knife and chat for it.
But not all the inmates' treats come via George Stores. So, head of security Margot can't afford to let her guard down.
Carl, shift that Smith from up there talking. He's there to watch the comms, not stand talking to her, OK? Top.
Formidable Margot has 33 years' experience.
The prisoners do not run the jail. We run the jail.
She's a very strong character. Not to everyone's taste, because the style can be a little direct.
Today, Margot's received some intel about contraband on the wing.
We're going to target 5 individuals who we think could possibly have mobile phones or drugs or other illicit articles in their cells. All OK to go?
OK. Happy hunting.
The officers must work fast in a coordinated raid so they don't lose the element of surprise.
I'm out for catching the baddies. When they see us, they think it's that cow. They think, who's going to get searched next? Is it me? Is it me?
We just keep a watch on these guys while they're in the holding cell.
The 5 suspects are taken to reception to get tested in a metal detector chair and then strip searched.
Once the initial surprise is gone, that if anybody else has got anything, they'll flush it or pouch it. When they've got drugs or any sort of contraband, even phones, they will pack them on the backside in little Kinder eggs, or they'll wrap them in condoms. And then they will insert them up their rectum, and they have them there internally, and that's their favoured way of keeping them.
Go find it.
Officer Oscar the Spaniel is first to the cells with a nose around 1,000 times more powerful than a human's.
He's a very important member of my team.
He's been trained to sniff out everything from alcohol and nicotine to heroin.
The wing staff in general are nowhere near as good as the dog.
You done? You done? Good lad.
Now the wing officers move in to strip the cells clean.
Really obvious things like SIM cards, mobile phones, anything they might use to try and craft a weapon, down to ridiculous things that we found like pepper. Haven't found any machine guns or anything yet. Hoping one day we might do.
It's mostly disruption tactics. It just lets them know that we know they've got stuff. We're onto them. They know it. It just gives them that shot of the barrel. They think we know more than what we know, basically.
Today, one drain search has yielded results.
All they do is block it up and they use it as a hide, so they just place a mobile phone or illicit articles in there.
It's suspect, isn't it?
The prisoner from that particular cell is a known drug dealer, and we suspect he has been carrying on his drug dealing when he's been in here, and they found a load of UK phone numbers and things. That'll be a great benefit to our local police, who we'll share that information with. So, it's a winner.
Meanwhile, on the women's wing...
In here, it's quiet. No drugs, no mobile phones, all well behaved, no fights. We don't actually really do anything exciting, do we, really?
We're in jail, mate.
I know.
How exciting can you get it, really?
I know, yeah.
Frankie, you're always waiting. It's impressive.
After 11 months on remand, finally it's the morning of Craig's trial.
You ready?
What, you want to go down like this?
I think it worked for you. Just be quick this morning.
The charges I'm on are wounding with intent, a wounding and an attempted robbery. You've got to go in and give it your best. Convince the jury that you're right. If I was convicted on this, with my criminal record, I'd be looking at maybe 10, 12 years plus. Or I walk.
Man, good luck to you, pal.
Cheers, man. It's shit or bust, basically. Yeah. You just have to be, in your head, you have to be OK with either way.
The first hurdle in this small community will be finding 7 people to sit on the jury who don't already know Craig.
The last time I knew that many of them, they had to send out for more. And then there was a bunch of workmen working outside, got dragged in on jury duty. They weren't happy, but I didn't know any of them, so...
Your 2 suits are in one here.
Right, all wear tracksuit and trainers, do I? Everybody in the court is wearing wigs, suits. They're all very serious.
Craig?
I need to blend in.
Can I do... Yeah.
Fits?
That fits really nicely, yeah. Years ago, Craig was a nightmare. Scary, very, as he's known. The last couple of years, Craig has become a lot more mature, and he's turned into a very pleasant prisoner. See this now? This is the bit. Dressing him. Steak.
Right. So
Smarten up, young man. Yeah. Yeah, that's much better as long as that's covered up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then obviously that down.
Believe me, when I walk into a trial, I see the judge, their legal counsel, and the coroners and the jury, and I just think, right, it's me versus them. It's another fight, but it's not a fight with hands or with weapons. It's a fight with your intellect. You've got to go up there and you've got to convince people that you are in the right and they're in the wrong. See you later.
Security at Jerby Jail is paramount, and ever-alert Margot is concerned that inmates might be receiving contraband chucked over the perimeter fence.
Come on in, boys.
So she sent her favourite officer, Oscar the dog, out to patrol with handler Keith.
We've bonded with little Oscar, haven't we? Yeah, they're my boys. I spend more time with these than anyone.
In the past, they've discovered cigarettes and heroin.
Come here, now.
But today, Jake has found an intruder.
Rabbit. Oh, come here. Here. Come here. Jake. And where's that gone? Well, that's another smuggler caught. Trespassing, that one. He likes to stop them and question them and eat them.
It went well, mate, it went well. Yeah, try and puff that with a big smiley face.
Craig is back from his first day in court, where he's facing up to 10 years for knife crime. Luckily for him, a prosecution witness changed their statement in Craig's favour.
I was sitting there, and he said in his statement that he'd never met with him. And then my lawyer turned around and said, well, what about the 66 calls that were made in the week leading up to this incident from your phone to his and his phone to yours? And he suddenly turned around and went, yeah, actually, we've known each other for a long time. He told the jury everything. I'm sitting there, and the jury are just going, and I'm like, you know, it was like Ivan Drago beating Apollo Creed. That's what the law version of it was. So it was like, and the Lord judge turned around and went, Mr. Very, shush. The jury was sent out. The way they were looking at the prosecution witnesses was like, you know, if you stand in something that you have to wipe on the grass, they will look at Matt just like that.
If he doesn't get what he's looking for, I think he'll be extremely disappointed, especially because he's been so positive today.
Come on!
Craig's trial is not over yet, so his joy may be premature.
I will, Skip, I will.
While the celebrations continue on the men's wing, on the women's wing...
And here I am.
Lorraine and Natalie are attending the monthly wing meeting with Deputy Governor Leroy. And George Storr's personal shopping skills are on the agenda.
Sometimes you have to ask for something 3 times, and then on the 3rd time you get it. But like underwear, you can't really trust him.
What you got to understand with George...
No offence, but he's an old man.
That's not fair, is it? You're missing the point with George here. He does it all for over 105 prisoners, a lot of it in his own time. So let's give a bit of latitude here.
Trusted inmate Natalie has earned the right to work outside the prison and has a proposal.
A monthly shopping trip to get a bit of food shopping and some clothes and come back.
It's not that simple. People see it as, oh, that's another way of getting stuff in.
You see us getting our nails and makeup and that.
I understand, yeah, because I have a manicured.
Do you?
Yeah, I'll go every 10 days. People are always watching your hands, aren't they? If we can get this thing off the ground with you going out, you know, I'm happy to do that, and I'll support it.
All Leroy needs to do now is persuade ever-vigilant head of security, Margot. Good luck with that.
I don't trust any prisoners. There's not a prisoner in here I would trust. They're all in here for a reason.
I'm sorry, but I'm in agreement. And when I was in the female estate, right, we could never get the right clothes from her, nothing else. In the end, I had to rocket 2 girls out and take them shopping because I didn't know what they wanted or anything else. And I'm sorry, I'm on board with this. Hold on.
I've got to go. I can't listen to any more of this nonsense. It's just nonsense. It's nonsense.
It's not, how is it nonsense? It isn't.
Over on A-Wing, Craig's trial has gone on for 2 days, and now it's the moment of truth. He's off to court for the verdict.
Because my record was put in front of them, it's like 23 counts of violence in my past. If that's stuck in their mind, there could be prejudice. If the jury find me not guilty, then I'm home. If not, I'm back up here, and I'm looking at working in the kitchen for a while longer. I can do jail. I've already planned out what I'm going to do if I do get a conviction, which is working catering, kitchen management, get a diploma.
While Craig's future hangs in the balance, so does Natalie's shopping trip.
I don't find that funny, but
Okay.
I'll give it a go.
She's having yet another quiet evening in with Lorraine.
Well, we really haven't got much options.
So,
In the year they've been inside together, they've become the best of friends.
it was a while ago when I watched it, mate, and I was on heroin, so I can't really remember much. I was, do you know what I mean? Tell you who's funny, Frankie Boyle.
I don't think I've ever seen him.
He's hilarious, but he's a bit cruel, like.
Is he?
Yeah.
We'd like that, though.
He's a bit sick.
That's right up our street.
Yeah. Nothing much to look at, like.
Isn't it?
No. Did I tell you about Aki? Right. He goes into Castletown Post Office because he's absolutely broke. With a knife. That's attempted armed robbery, not like. Walks in, right, with a pair of tights off his face and goes, give us your money. The lad turns around and take the tights off, Aki, we know who you are. And rings the police on him, and he's in here remanded for attempted armed robbery because he was skint. I've been skint loads of times. I've attempted to do an armed robbery.
How embarrassed would you be if someone said, take the tights off, we know who you are?
Craig's got out, he owes him 2 E6.
News travels fast on a small island. Craig's trial has only just finished, and already the verdict has reached the prison.
You're having a laugh. I did not see that coming whatsoever. I'll be honest, I wasn't entirely sure he would get it, but
He thought he was going down.
so I thought he'd be with us for a while. I'm going to miss him. I might just go and sit in his room and think about him for a while.
Apparently his representation was phenomenal. So it was a good verdict for him and I suppose his lawyer and the community, because obviously he's not guilty.
A liberated Craig heads for a pint at the harbour, his first taste of freedom in 11 months.
Yep, a free man at last. Brilliant, feels good. No 10 years for me. When the jury came back and it was not guilty, not guilty, not guilty, I was sort of like, thank God, I can get back on with my life. I do have people I care about and have responsibilities for out here, and I need to be here for them. I mean, I really would like to turn my life around, but realistically, no one's going to give me a job here. That was my name and my history. No one is. So you can't do the shit that I've done and then expect everybody to sort of be like, oh, he's all right, you know. There's always that stigma attached. I'm going to try and stay out of trouble. I'm not going to go looking for it. I'm going to try and stay out of prison.
Next time, Junior, father and son do time together.
Learn from your mistakes, not like me.
Surprises in the prison post.
There have been times when people have stained the letters with body fluids.
And trouble on the wing.
I found drugs.
They're the RAF recruits looking to become the best of the best. Our brand new documentary, Fighter Pilot, The Real Top Gun, starts next Tuesday at 9. And in the last in the series, tomorrow night, Ross Kemp Living With explores Britain's problem with online gambling addiction at 7:30. Next, it's Coronation Street.